Yo, what is good with y'all, man? Feels good to be back for real. Consistent uploads coming in the future, 100%. Y'all know what's up. Join the Discord. Follow me on IG at therealtrifreeze. It really mean a lot. And yeah, let's go and hop right in this video, man. Alright, so I really feel like this is a classic, man. Those good old bell melodies, you know what I mean? Omnisphere, man. I haven't used this in ages, honestly. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to find is some kind of bell that's like interesting, you know what I mean? Personally, I got this from the 808 Mafia Omnisphere Bank Pvlace. So first of all, you're going to want some Midi with a lot of space in it. So let me delete it and make something really similar. All right, so we're gonna make a minor chord, right? Just copy this chord and put it like right here and move the middle note down so it's just like your average overused little baby chord progression, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna pitch this up 2 right here, 1, 2, so we have like the main part of it. To like really humanize stuff in like a way that nobody really does right now, hold shift, click the R key, and it'll randomly select a note. 1, 2, 3, I'll shift aside with my scroll wheel like that right there, and I'll do it again, and then shift this way, and then let me move these notes over. And then literally just fill it in. And we're gonna copy this over. Just take this and just vary the root notes. Take this down 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, so it creates like this tension that needs to be resolved, and then when it hits back to the beginning, it just feels complete, you know what I mean? So yeah, let me just delete this that I just made and put my original MIDI back. You know, just a few effects. Anyway, so let's start from the top. The first thing that we had on here was an EQ to take out some lows. And then a halftime, just totally default settings, and then just set this to 26% because it felt like it needed some more low end. The whole mix did. And you can already hear that right there just made it sound like so much more alive. And then I added a guitar rig 6, and this is where I get like my vintage sauce from. So everything I use from this thing is from character, like right here, effects types, and then character, all the stuff I use. So I used a dusty vinyl preset, and I turned off tape echo because it was awful. It made like this white noise. It was just bad. I just wanted to make it sound like old. That really made it kind of like sit in the middle of my headset, so I wanted to make it spread out. So I just use Portal, and I use HCEs or Hazes, like whatever you want to call them. I don't even know. I don't know. He's fired though. I use a grain synthesis Portal bank, and I just use the Time Traveler and turn the mix down to like right here. Creates like these like twinkle effect. I don't even know, dude. Like what? And then another EQ to cut out all the low end that the guitar rig created. And then I use a kickstart. I always use this preset right here, and I turn it down to like that much right there, just to give it like a tempo. And then I use a limiter to turn that thing up. I just turned up the gain because it was really quiet. And then yet another EQ to take out some of the low end just because it sounded muddy. It still kind of sounded too crazy for me, so what I did is I added the shaper box to kind of filter like the second half of it, just to kind of like let the other instruments breathe. And then because the volume was like all over the place with this bell sound, I just compressed the crap out of it. My CPU is just screaming for help right now, so I just need to render this out and move on. All right, so the next thing I had here was an analog lab. Basically, what you want to do is find like some kind of weird sound that you can like stack on top of the bell to make it sound more interesting. All right, so this is from the Astro Bank by this guy. I used the Fairground preset. And yeah, with the bell, it sounds like this. Alright, so I put a realm on there, and lately I've been using this preset called Valentine backwards. Turn the feedback down to about like that much, you know, whatever suits you, because I feel like if it's up here, it just sounds like way too heavy. 15% and then turn the mix down. So after that, I need some texture, and this is a personal preference, but I think it honestly takes your melodies from sounding like mid and amateur to amazing. Anyway, so what I do is I just click through Omnisphere or just absolutely any plugin that has a texture section. So please open up like Sakura and try it or something, you know what I'm saying? It really works. I use the aerodynamic preset. Yeah, so it just follows the root notes. The melody kind of needed some like more support, so I find something like this, something just interesting and really weird, right? And what I'm doing is I'm just filling in the low end of the melody, putting some really low mid range stuff, just the same chords that are in the bells. And then just EQ everything out except for just the range that you want to fill. All you need to do at this point to tie it together is just add a bass. Luckily, my guy Mike put some really good ones in the 𝕊𝕊𝙘𝙩𝙕 𝕈𝙚 kit. If you don't already have that, go cop it. All of these right here are my go-tos at this point. And then with effects down here, it sounds like this. So what I did was I just added a reverb. Perfectly fine to do so as long as you're not actually reverberating the lower frequencies themselves. So just use a freaking low cut knob, dude. Like past 1000 hertz, you're safe. So yeah, that concludes the melody. Let's go and hop right into the drums. All right, so all the drum sounds I'm using are from the 𝕊𝕊𝙘𝙩𝙕 Volume 2 kit. Go get that if you haven't. All right, so the beat for this was literally just the 𝕊𝕊𝙘𝙩 preview with just a different melody. Because I wanted to break down that beat, but like I used a sample on it. See, I just swapped out the melody and then, yeah. So like I have this new approach to drums. So the first thing I do is I just lay down the clap. I make it like an irregular clap pattern. And then I just paste that over. Another example would be to just move this on time, move this right here, and then maybe move this like right here, maybe. It really increases the chances of it being like a really creative beat, you know what I mean? So after that, I fill in the hi-hats. I try to leave a decent amount of space and keep them really simple. So what you could do is just take out all of this right here, because it challenges you to fill that space in. You can fill with like some rims or hats or something like that. Next, I just added another clap and it just kind of acted as a snare like here and here. And then I kind of filled this area in with a rim. The first rim wasn't like thick enough for me, so what I did was I just added another rim and I layered it. Putting this one right here creates like a really cool bounce. Same with over here, I just put one like right before, just to act as like some extra bounce into like the main clap replacement right here. And that was dope because it hits twice right here and twice right here from the clap that was right here. And then the 808s here, what I've been doing with them is I just pitch the beginning of it right here. I pitch it up. it just like hits way harder. It's from the ATL Culture Kit. It's a donut 808. Something that I've heard in like industry productions is they'll switch from like the typical like this, and then they go into like this right here, right on the grid. And then like right here, I could just go like, that hits with the metronome. It adds like the baby bounce or something, like I don't even know. Jetson May does that, Cash Money AP does that. And then just because I wanted to like switch it up and just make it more interesting, what I did was I filled it in with like this drill 808. It's a super distorted drill 808. It's a hard drill for my drum kit. Just really simple drill 808s. Yeah, I thought that hit hard. Oh yeah, in case you couldn't tell, I did not make this to be a placement beat. Like nobody's rapping on this, bro. It's just kind of like in between like a really crazy beat and like a placement beat. It's for educational purposes only. You know what I'm saying? And then I just had this one hat that hits like at the very beginning. So if you got something from the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and then comment down below what y'all want next. So yeah, till next time.